Damn. Go.
Alright guys, how's it going? It's EastBayAnglers and we're doing something we've been doing. We're breaking down another lake. We're going to talk about a lake that's nestled a little bit up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. We're going to talk about Ice House Reservoir, and this is located in the Crystal Basin Recreation Area, and it's the El Dorado National Forest in California. This is an extraordinary lake, not only for its scenic properties and the beautiful lake itself, but it's got a tremendous, excellent fishery when it comes to rainbow trout, and it's got a fair fishery when it comes to German brown trout. So let's go ahead and start breaking down this lake. We've marked the top 5 best bank fishing locations, and these are our favorite locations. I've been fishing this lake for about 20 years. And one of the things I've learned about this lake is it is consistent. So let's go ahead and let's start talking about some of these spots. Number 1 is located to the right of the boat launch area. Right there where you launch your boats at Ice House Reservoir. If you turn to the right, east of that, you're going to have excellent fishing, especially right after they plant. And they usually plant about 2 to 3 times a year at Ice House Reservoir. Now, usually this is going to be around Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be around July 4th weekend. So just keep that in mind. One of the things about spot location number 1 that's important to remember, it's shallow. Okay, let's move on to spot location number 2. Spot location number 2 is located at the dam on the west side of Ice House Reservoir. If you look at the map provided, you're going to see a red circle. There's a dam area, and that dam is very productive, whether it's the left, the center, or the right side of that dam. Now, I prefer the left side if I have any side and a choice to fish. It's the quickest access to that area of the dam. You don't have to walk too far. You can drive over to a day use area or to a road that you can park off the road and walk out. So that's also a great spot. Doesn't require too much of a walk. If you really want to go on a walk, a spot location number 3 is extremely deep and it really drops off quick. It's right next to the spillway. I've caught a lot of German browns there, and this is one of those areas where it's sometimes it's 50-50. It's worth the walk sometimes, and the other times it's just really not worth the walk. The wind can really pick up there. You're on kind of a point, so keep that in mind when you're fishing spot location number 3. Also, I've ran into 2 bears at spot location number 3. I've seen them, haven't had any problems, but keep that in mind. This is a lot of bears up there at certain times of the year. Alright guys, so go ahead and look at location number 4, spot number 4. And this spot is right past the creek that feeds into Ice House, right past that river that feeds into Ice House Reservoir. This is a key spot because a lot of these fish hold right outside of where a lot of this food is coming in from these creeks. Spot location number 4 is also extremely deep. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of a channel. It's gets very deep very fast. So that's a very productive spot. I've caught quality fish there. I just have not caught quantity. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and talk about the last spot. This is one of those spots where you can catch a lot of trout. You can catch a lot. You can catch numbers. The size though is going to be extremely small. In my experience, most of the trout I've caught, 9 out of 10 there are fairly small. I've never caught a brown at location spot number 5. So also keep that in mind. It's also shallow. There's a lot of boulders, it's rocky, and it's a bit of a hike down. It also requires a drive, a kind of a drive on a rough road, a dirt road that at certain times of the year is absolutely miserable to be on. And you're going to need four-wheel drive, you're going to need some type of vehicle, a truck with a lift to get by, and still be careful to access that location during certain times when it's raining and things like that. So I hope this helps, guys. Now, one of the things I want to talk about before we stop is some of my favorite baits. And that's, of course, your standard Castmasters in silver and gold by Acme Company. And that would definitely be a night crawler. Just a night crawler on a Carolina rig is great. A Super Duper is excellent from the shore. Thomas Buoyants, excellent spoons. I love to fish salmon eggs. Salmon eggs work extremely well at Ice House Reservoir, so keep those things in mind. Those are some of my favorite baits to use there. And if those aren't working, then you know those fish just aren't biting. Alright guys, so keep all this in mind. I hope this helps you catch more fish at Ice House Reservoir the next time you go out fishing. Thanks for watching another episode of the East Bay Anglers. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be breaking down a few more lakes in the future, so we hope you enjoy.